both men will speak about the mark of the beast in light of the digital gulag, in light of the global digital concentration camp. Here it is, friends.
The other day when we were talking about this. And I said, I don't know if you've ever read the Bible, but this sounds familiar.
Mercy.
2,000 years ago, this system sounds like the system that would be used by the Antichrist, where there's nowhere you can go, there's nothing you can buy or sell unless you have, the mark of the beast, as it's referred to there. But I'm not saying this is the mark of the beast, but I'm saying this is exactly what's described. Correct?
All right, let Alex Newman answer.
Absolutely. If you go to Revelation chapter 13, you have this description that 2,000 years ago must have really sounded silly.
I remember reading it in the 70s when I was a kid, thinking, that'll never, how do you do that? That'll never happen.
Yep.
Imagine 2,000 years ago.
Before computers, before
Right.
any of this. The system that the Bible says will force everybody, great and small, rich and poor, to take this mark to be able to buy or sell anything. And again, 2,000 years ago, that must have sounded positively ludicrous. Well, today we see, at least technologically, how this would not just be possible, but we're headed in that direction. Like you, I don't purport to know what might be the mark of the beast. I certainly don't claim this is.
No.
But you see the architecture being laid down where a situation could emerge where people could be prevented from buying or selling if they won't participate. And so, right now.
Whoa. He does not know what the mark of the beast is. So if we were sitting at that table, what would we say on that point? Allow me to insert Alex and Glenn. The Bible says this is the mark of the beast. This system is the backbone for the mark of the beast.
So, right now, I mentioned Sweden. You've got thousands of people in Sweden who have microchips embedded in their hand. A lot of this happened during COVID. For the first couple of years of COVID, the government really took a hands-off approach. It was probably the freest country in the world when it came to COVID. But then they got a new government, and they started with the vaccine passports.
Oh, you're kidding me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so people got microchips. And this had already started a little bit before COVID. You could pay for your train fare. You could use it as your keys and your ID.
So it's just implanted just under the skin,
Right under
on
the
either the
skin.
hand or the forehead.
Yeah, right. They haven't done forehead yet, but you look at Neuralink and you think, there's a lot of interesting stuff coming.
Yeah.
All right. And this is what the WEF stated. The chip is going to be embedded under your skin. It's in their document. Now, friends, I want to say this. Do you know, if I were sitting there, I'm going to come back to these three clips. If I were sitting at that table, I would remind Glenn Beck that you did receive the book, The Great Controversy, Glenn Beck. So you should know what the mark of the beast is. And then you could have said to Alex Newman, this is the mark of the beast, and this is the system of it. The backbone is the digital gulag, the digital concentration camp. This is the mark of the beast. By the way, Alex, here is your copy. That's it. And the 12 million who were listening to this broadcast could also have heard what the mark of the beast is. Let me confirm that. Here it is, my friends. Listen, watch. Glenn Beck, the book Great Controversy.
This is The Great Controversy by E.G. White. It is about the battle between good and evil. This is The Great Controversy by E.G. White. It is about the battle between good and evil. We are seeing that play out more and more in the world around us every day. Recently, I met with Dwight Hall, the CEO of Remnant Publications. He's made this book available for a price you won't believe, but I'll tell you more about that in just a moment.
This book, next to the Bible, to me, is probably the greatest book I've ever read. You know why? Because it tells about the past and the present and the future. Starts.
Mercy. Next clip.
City had ever read. It's an amazing book.
And Glenn was just telling me this is the one that people sent to him more than anything. And
I get books sent to me all the time. People
Right.
send me books. That book is sent to me more than any other book. I bet I have received in the last 5 years 500 copies of that book, easy.
You can get your copy now with free shipping, $2.99. Go to remnantpublications.com, remnantpublications.com, promo code The Blaze for free shipping. Get your copy now, just $2.99.
Mercy. Friends, that is what I would have said if I were sitting at that table. Glenn, you received the book. Go and read the book prayerfully. Let me assist you, Glenn. Let me get the book for you. Start on this chapter, that chapter. Start right there. Then go back to the beginning. I would assist him. I would speak to the 12 million people. I would ask them, send me an email. I'll tell how to get the book.